Hey Summit League fans, I'm Kelly Stewart and it's time for this week's Summit League Spotlight. We'll start on the hardwood, specifically down at USD. As announced yesterday, the Coyote women have improved to number 21 in this week's USA Today coaches poll, up 3 spots from last week's ranking. It marks the highest ranking USD has earned in 7 weeks in the poll between the last 2 seasons. While the South Dakota women have been impressive throughout their non-conference slate, so have the USD men. Vermilion has been the hotbed for Summit League basketball to start the 2019-20 season, as both the Coyote men and women hit the ground running, combining to go 13-3 during the opening month of their campaign. It was a senior from each of those squads that piloted the effort, and for that, Kira Duffy and Tyler Hagedorn earned the Summit League's November Athlete of the Month honors. All Duffy did during November was average 17.6 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 5.9 assists per game to get the Coyotes off to a 7-1 start, which included wins over Power 5 programs Ohio State, Missouri, and Utah. She was one of just 2 players in the country to average better than 15.6 rebounds and 5.5 assists per game. Hagedorn, the senior who sat out all last season with an injury, got his final collegiate campaign off to a fast start. He led the league in scoring throughout the month of November at 18.9 points per game and had 4 20-plus point scoring performances as the Coyotes raced out to a 6-2 start. Hagedorn did a lot of his damage from beyond the arc, where he led the nation in 3-point field goal percentage, going 18 for 24 to start the year. Well, with November in the rearview mirror, it's time to recognize the first basketball players of the week for December. On the women's side, we stay in Vermilion, where Duffy's teammate Hannah Shervin enjoyed a career night in a win over Creighton. That game broadcasted live right here on Midco SN. The 6'3" junior center scored a career-high 28 points to go with 9 rebounds and 5 blocks, and capped her week off with a team-high 8 rebounds in a lopsided 82-44 win over Coppin State, a game where she was only needed for 15 minutes. We go to Fargo for the men's weekly honoree, as North Dakota State forward Rocky Cruiser put together a solid week after returning from a 2-game absence due to injury. The 6'10" junior from White Bear Lake, Minnesota logged his second double-double with 14 points and 11 rebounds in a loss at Indiana State, but it was his performance in a win over East Tennessee State that especially stood out. He went for a team-high 17 points on 7 of 9 shooting as the Bison upset ETSU, who happened to be the 3rd-ranked team in last week's CollegeInsider.com mid-major top 25 poll. And finally, before we go, some news from the pitch. Congratulations goes out to Western Illinois men's soccer forward Ryan DuBois, as he was named a Google Cloud COSIDA Academic All-American, earning a spot on the 2nd team. The 5'8" junior from Maple Grove, Minnesota was an All-Summit League first-team performer on the field, ranking 2nd in the league in scoring with 7 goals. That's all for this week's Summit League Spotlight. Make sure to follow Midco SN and the Summit League on social media, and I'll see you right back here next week.